Welcome back to another episode of Vintage Competitive Farming Simulator 2025. I am your host, Breaking Bad Bear. Please like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate you. And now let's get back to that live action. Good morning, Red. It's fancy seeing you here at the good old farm store this morning. What are you up to? I stopped here to get some fertilizer.
I came up here and get a new sprayer.
Oh, you finally upgrading your sprayer?
About time.
Yeah. Yeah, since we're into spraying season and we got to do some weeding, we got quite a bit to do today, huh?
I thought you bought yourself a new sprayer.
I did. I bought the one with the, it's a tractor sprayer unit. It's all in one. So you got this pull-behind sprayer that's sitting over here, huh?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I saw that when I was pulling up. Oh, you're going to walk over and show me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it looks interesting. It's definitely 1995. It's definitely fitting the year. Holy cow. This is like top of the line new of the new. Can't get any newer than this. This is brand new. You had the money to pick up a brand new unit. This isn't even a used unit. This is brand new.
It's not dirty yet.
Is what how many meters can it reach? Is it
I don't remember. I didn't even look at it. But
Oh.
it'll get the job done.
Well, I've seen these units. If you get the base model, it comes in a 15 meter. And then I think
I didn't even notice a little ball on the side of the tank
where?
right here. It tells you how much is in the tank.
Oh. Yeah, it tells you how much is in the tank. This is so when you're in your tractor, you can look back and see how much is still left in there. Yeah,
I didn't even notice when I was filling it up. I wasn't even watching it.
Isn't that the top of the line technology? So this holds 3,000 liters of liquid. Holy cow. I think that might be more than what I'm holding. It has to be, I think. Interesting. Yeah, this is probably the base model. The base model comes in a 15 meter, and then you can upgrade it. I think they said for an extra 10 grand, you can upgrade it for 22 meters. Which I think that's what I'm running is a 22 meter, but I'm not running this thing. I got an actual tractor with a tank on it. But my unit costs a lot more. Would this run you?
Almost 22.
22. So you did get the base model then, I think. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, 10 grand for some extra length. I would wait to save up for that. But you probably got the money if you wanted to do it. But you're saving up for land still, right?
Still am. We still got grain and stuff to sell here later on. Very soon.
Yeah, we got all that corn. We should have corn and soybeans coming this summer that we'll be selling. Hopefully, if we hit the soybean market. If not, we'll be storing soybeans like we did the corn. I'm hoping to sell them both off, though. That's the plan. And store straw. Yep. How's the cows doing?
Can't get grandma away from the cow. I can't get grandma away from my farm. She don't know all over them cows. Like,
well, you knew that was going to happen once we moved all those animals over there. She's going to be over there all the time. It's just that Grandpa's.
I swear, I thought I saw a 10 out there the other day.
Probably. You know, Grandpa's barn was just way too small for them cows, so they had to be moved. And Grandpa sold off all of his land, so like there was nowhere to put the cows. Like they needed to get out of that barn. I bet you they're doing a lot better out there. How are the baby cows doing? Are they growing up?
They're growing fine. They were out there playing together the other day.
All right. Yeah, I figured I'd check on them. So they're all in good health then.
Yeah.
How's your chicken? How's the chickens doing?
Growing like little monsters.
I bet they are. Well, I figured Grandma would be over to your place a lot more. She bringing you supper at least when she comes over? She been feeding you?
She has been.
She's been bringing you food? Good. Yeah, I haven't heard from her, so I figured she's been over to your place quite a bit. And I haven't heard from Grandpa, so that means everything's been going good over at the house. So that means, you know, he hasn't been up to...
He's probably been sleeping a lot.
Sleeping
in a lot since Grandma hasn't been around.
Yeah, she's been over at your place a lot. She over there today right now, or is she not?
I have no idea. I didn't see her out there, so
it's still pretty early.
Got up really early. We're up here. We're up pretty early.
Yeah, and I figured she wouldn't be up and around yet. It's pretty early still in the day, so only 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we need to hurry because my coffee's getting cold, and I don't think you got any coffee in that.
No, I don't got any coffee
over there.
I don't even got any coffee on the Ford. I had coffee this morning at like 8 o'clock. I was getting the fields and stuff ready. I was trying to get this ready, but I ran into you, so I figured I'd see what you were up to, and I was like, I saw this sitting here, and I saw you pull in while I was getting ready to pick this up, so I figured I'd shut it off and see what you're up to. But, yeah, you're right. We got to get going. I got stuff to do today.
Yeah.
All right, Red.
We got to get fields taken care of.
Yeah, I'll catch you later. Well, looks like Red's up to getting some new equipment, which is nice to see because he's been using that really small sprayer for a long time, and with all them big fields and his future big fields that he's going to be getting, he needed to upgrade to that. Looks like he's going to have to come back and get some liquid fertilizer for it. But, yeah, and it's nice to see that Grandma's getting out of the house and not sticking around their house. You know, she's got the cow's got a good, healthy place to be. A place where they can graze and move around and not be stuck up in that barn 24/7. So that's also nice. But yeah, Grandma getting out of the house and getting over there with the cows, that's a good thing. Keeps her motivated, you know, keeps her health up. And probably Grandpa's doing okay too, because like I said, I haven't heard from him, so he's probably out doing his hobbies and being happy and not having to milk the cows every morning. But yeah, we got fertilizing to do today. That's what I'm carrying on here for the fertilizer, which I believe the fertilizer's full. I pulled it out this morning. I didn't check the levels. I believe it's full or it's close to being full. I think it's the way we left it. I got the weeder set up this morning and got it hooked up and dragged over for the first field. So, yeah, I was just getting things set up, and I figured... since I ran into Red at the farm store, I figured I'd bring you guys along for that because sometimes he gets stuff and I don't know that he got it, and then I find out like, you know, months and like a half a year later that he's got all this new equipment. It's like, why didn't you share it with me, Red? I wanted to see what you got. Maybe I'm interested in getting something like that. You know, usually we share stuff like that, like, hey, this is what we're doing next, and like I said, Red likes to be a little secretive. He wants to try to jump the gun on me, and I'm surprised he told me he was buying land the last time I saw him. I was like, oh, he's going to be purchasing land soon. So as soon as we sell our crops this summer, that's what he's doing. And, you know, I covered that with you guys, my plans. I was going to be buying those 2 smaller plots to expand my land growth. But I also, when I buy those plots, we were talking about putting some buildings up, and we might put the buildings up, or we might move into getting another combine, maybe the same combine that we have to help keep up with production. You know, throw a worker on it, and when I'm combining, the worker's working, and then when it gets full, I jump out and just, you know, take care of business. But we'll see. We'll see where we're at with money. Right now I'm sitting on 181,000 and some change. That's enough money right now. I could probably just buy those 2 fields, but I really don't want them right now. They have a crop in them already, and I'd have to take care of that. I'm hoping time we get to June, it either has another crop in it or the potatoes are completely gone. Because I think there was potatoes, two things of potatoes in it, and I really don't want to deal with potatoes. I don't have a pad or a silo I could dump the potatoes in, and you need like a ground silo for potatoes. I don't have one of those, and I don't really want to buy one to have one put in for short term. So I kind of just want the potatoes to go away. I want the farmer that owns the field at the moment to just take care of that for me, because if not, I'm gonna have to just cultivate those potatoes into the ground and call it a lost cause, because like I said, I don't want to put extra money into something I'm not going to do. I don't plan on and by what I mean by don't plan on doing is I don't plan on doing potatoes I don't think ever. I mean, I might do if I do them, it's going to be a small field. It's not going to be something as big as what's going on there. I'm not going to do anything that big. You know, I might take these two small side fields, like this side field and that other side field. Maybe we might do that in potatoes, but there's no reason to do these huge fields in potatoes, because the amount of time it takes to do potatoes is a very long time. And I don't have that kind of time to put into potatoes, especially when I got so many things to do. Because I was thinking about getting sheep and pigs. But I'm also still wanting to do the grape orchard. So I was still wanting to turn this into the grape orchard. This in the backfield and the other side field. I want to do those on the grape orchards. So that's later down the line after we get all the other equipment. So let's say we get these two fields and we get the buildings put up back here and we get that extra combine, or we get the extra bar unit, because we still need to get the extra bar unit with the other stuff to make the other things go a little faster. So, you know, there's a lot of things I'm kind of looking into doing. Even this thing right here, it has an extra bar unit. If I want to add another seeder, I can get the bar unit attachments for this as well. There's a lot of things going on that it's like, okay, I kind of want to start to move forward and making these things bigger, because this, I can just get another one of these seeders and hook it up to one of those bar units and get rid of this hitch piece, because I won't be able to pull the roller. And then we throw the rollers, we get another roller and we throw it on a bar. So we're already expanding what we can do, but for me to do this, for me to do the seeders, I have to get a bigger tractor. So I have to look into doing that too. So, and we already looked at the tractor I was looking at. It's a 300 horsepower case. So that's going to be the other tractor for pulling a lot of this bigger stuff. Which I'll have to do by myself. And then maybe run a worker on like smaller deeds, like, okay, well, I know this field, I'm not going to be able to use the worker to run the tow bars, but I could throw a worker to run just single applications with the older case I have in here, or the International. I think I almost called this a case. Yeah, this is the International. But I was looking at a case that would fit this farm. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I think we're going to start things off by weeding. Yeah, I got the weeder set up. Might as well start things off by weeding. So, with the weeder, though, I think that covers everything where we're going to be at until harvest. So, as soon as we do this, we're moving into harvest. So, we need to get this going. You guys know the routine. Hold on to something. Here we go. All right, that is gonna finish up the rows. That's actually, that finishes up not just the rows, but that finishes up the weeding. Oh, I actually honked my horn on that one. Oh, I was on the wrong thing. I was wanting to lift everything. I was on the wrong thing. This one. There we go. Oh, didn't want to do that. Moving through these is tricky. There's a lot more switches and levers I gotta hit to operate this 2-bar system. Oh, yeah, I got a little bit more to deal with than my normal setup. So I'm like, oh, and I sometimes I forget because I go a while without using this setup, and when I get back to it, I forget that I got extra things I need to do. So it's like, oh, what do I got to do, to get this to work? What do I got to do to get this to work? Because I preset everything, and I forget that I have these all. I have certain presets for certain equipment, and when I get back into something like this, and I haven't used it in a while, I'm like, oh shoot, how do I have this set up? And what do I do when this happens? And so there's a lot more going on than what meets the eye, what you guys actually get to see, and what I have to deal with on my end. But yeah, to run that piece of equipment is just getting it set and getting it down. It's a chore in its own, and it's a lot of work. Also, as you guys seen when I got to this field, I almost ran out of fuel with the tractor, and I just realized I don't have a way to refuel the tractor if I run out of fuel. So I just thought about that, and I might need to look into getting a portable fuel source where I can put in the back of the truck or tow behind the truck, where I can fuel a tractor if it ever runs out of fuel, because I got pretty close. I almost forgot that I needed fuel, and off the corner of my eye I saw that light blinking, and I was like, oh, the fuel light's blinking and I actually need fuel. I'm almost empty. So I very well could have ran out of fuel. And also, I came to a realization that pulling this bar unit with anything else behind it right now would be almost impossible with this tractor. So I also think once I buy that land, maybe I pick up that tractor, that case tractor, beforehand, because the work speed for this unit is about 12 mile an hour, and we were only doing, I could barely get 6, maybe 8 out of it. I had to downshift, upshift a lot to get it going. This tractor is just underpowered for this setup. I mean, it's running it, but it's not, at the same time. It can run it, but barely. So it's technically underpowered for this setup. So I think we need to look into updating this tractor and getting it set up for this. Because the cultivator, I think for the cultivator, it's gonna have to. I think it uses more power. It's gonna need more power to run the cultivator. And I think I'm still underpowered to run that. I definitely know I'm gonna be underpowered for the seeders, which I don't even know. We might even have to look into it. I don't even know if we're going to have the power to run the seeders with a 2 setup. We might have to run the seeders in, like, okay, I set up a farm, I got a worker working the seeders, and I have to check on them every once in a while to make sure they didn't run out of seed or fertilizer. One of those type of things, because it might be where I just won't have a tractor that can run a 2-seater setup. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on how much power it takes just to run 1-seater. And then you got to multiply that by 2, because you're going to be running it on a bar system like this, where it's going to take double that power. I have to look into that for the cultivators. And maybe this can run a double cultivator setup. I don't know. But I'm going to need to check. So that's like I said, that's something that's on the table, and something that has to get checked off the list. So, but yeah, like I said, sometimes you just run into things. It's like, oh, hey, maybe I should have this, and maybe I should be doing this, and well, maybe now I should be looking into, maybe that tractor needs to come sooner than I thought. So It don't necessarily have to come like right away unless I decide to be like, okay, I want to do the double cultivator setup since I'm getting these other fields, and that might be just the case. Because I was thinking about running the cultivators right now just on some workers on the 2 big fields and be like, okay, then we run the smaller stuff like we've been doing. But if I run the double cultivator setup, then I don't know how much the worker can. Like, it might be where we come in and we have to do, you know, the headlands, and then, at least on this field, it's definitely going to have to be headlands for the worker. The worker just, for some reason, cannot manage to do the headlands. It always messes the headlands up. And I haven't figured that out yet. But we have spraying to do, and the sprayer was not topped off, so I need to top the sprayer off. And then we got to get to spraying, because, like I said, we just, a lot of work going on to get us into the growing season, so. Did I pick up liquid? I hope I picked, okay, I did. I was like, I hope I picked up liquid fertilizer, not herbicide. I could have probably done that pretty easy. Because I got distracted when I got down there and saw Red's setup. I was like, oh, nice, Red's upgrading his setup. Yep, thankfully I didn't do that. Alright, let's get in a position to where we can unfold this, because we're going to need all the room we can get. This thing spreads out pretty far. Let's get folded. I think it's this lever. Like I said, everything has its own lever, and I get confused on what does what sometimes. Okay, that lifts it up. Now I need to put it down. There it goes. This has 2 actions. It has an unfolding action, and then I got to make sure I hit the lever as it gets past the lift point. I got to make sure I hit the lever for it to go down too at the same time. So, like I said, this tractor has its own functions, but thankfully here I don't set the one thing. All right, you guys know the rules. You guys know the routine. Hold on to something. Here we go. All right. That is going to finish up the fertilizing. That gets the fields ready to be planted. We just need to spray, or not spray. We need to spray the we need to spray this off. It's a little dirty. Yeah, with this new equipment, we're able to get jobs done a little bit smoother, and we're saving a lot of time. So I am enjoying that. I think the next thing we get to look forward to is farm expansion. You know, taking that next step again, moving forward with some of our plans. Not all of them, because we've come across and talked a little bit about everything and where we plan on going. I also would like to do. I would also like to do pigs. I would also like to look into doing sheep. So we got a lot to look forward to. You know, we still got the grapes to look into doing, which that's I think the next step after the field expansion that we do next. We look into start slowly getting that grape equipment added to the list. We buy little by little. Some of it we already have, you know. Like this sprayer, we already have this. We just got to buy the small sprayer unit that goes on the back of it for doing in between the row crops. It's like a, but we already got the tractor to do the sprayer. It will just have to drop off the sprayer unit that's back there. You know, not a big deal. You know, we just drop the sprayer off and put the smaller unit on for doing in between the row crops, for the in between the crops with the for the grapes. So, or what people would say, I call them crops, but they're vines. You know, between the vines. So, yeah, I think we're slowly making headway. We're making good progress. I'm trying to make sure we keep a little extra cash on hand, because if I run into a problem, I want to be able to solve that problem. So I'm gonna try to always keep like 20 grand on hand. I really don't. Maybe even 10. I think 10 will get us close to what we need if anything should happen. But 20 is a good area, because say we're doing seeding and stuff for all the fields and fertilizer, I think we're gonna need that large amount to get all that done. So I think keeping like, I think 20 grand it should be where I should always set. That way I know I can afford fertilizer, seed, and so on and so forth. So, or if I got to order all, or I forgot, you know, I didn't order fuel down there and I need to reorder fuel, you know, stuff like that. So things I may forget about, because I don't need to be like calling up Red like, hey Red, got myself in a pinch, need your help, need to borrow some money. And then he's like, well, okay, you can borrow it, but I need 10% on that. So, you know, and I think we're getting into a place where I should be managing my money a little bit better than I was when we first started. I was always getting close to being in the pinch all the time, so I don't know what it's going to look like when we go to buy these fields over here, but who knows? You know, that's kind of why I waited to buy them. We got a lot of corn seed to sell coming up in June. I don't know if I can see it without being in the tractor. Oh no, I can see it. So we got 124,000 liters. We almost got 125 right there. So we're going to be making some money just in corn seed, or corn feed there. And then whatever we pull off this field, like right now it says 95%, but these things should round out to 100% yields on all the fields. So we'll see. I'm hoping for a good soybean harvest. But you guys got to remember, soybeans already have a bad yield. They don't yield as much as corn does. So it's probably about, we're going to probably yield about half of what we pulled off in corn. So if we did 124,000 liters out on that field, we're probably only going to pull off like 60 liters, 65,000 liters off all those fields. So It's usually about half of what we do with the corn, but it almost pays double of what the corn's worth. So, almost. I mean, I think the corn might be the best crop. All in reality, it might be the best crop. Because I think it only falls like $1,000 shy of what the soybeans do. So, yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, we are we're pushing forward, and we're trying to stick to our goals. The next time you see me, it's gonna be harvest time, and hopefully we're picking up new property afterwards. Maybe we're picking up new property before we start. Depends if there's a crop in the ground. If there's a crop in that ground that's not potatoes when it comes June, we'll probably pick it up early so we can work the ground to make sure it's ready for when we need it. But yeah, if there's any other crop in there other than, because let's say there's a vegetable in there that we can't harvest, I'm just gonna cultivate it into the ground. It's just gonna turn into fertilizer. So, because we just don't have the equipment for it, and I don't want to waste money on the equipment for it, because, you know, I can't rent it. So, we have a no renting policy, and if I need the equipment, I need to buy it, and then what? I'm gonna resell it because I'm not gonna use it again. So there's that. So I think at this point, I'll see you guys during harvest time, and until then, goodbye.